There is only one way to become successful in life, and if you're not willing to implement this, you might as well just quit and you might as well just not even think about who you can become. Might as well just forget all your goals. Just don't even try. And the way that you become successful is you have to be willing to sacrifice anything in your life, man. And you have to sacrifice because when you sacrifice something, you're giving something up to obtain something or to become better, anything like that. And for example, you have to, if you want to become a better person, say you want to lose weight, you have to sacrifice going out to the gym, you have to sacrifice working out, you have to sacrifice your eating habits, you have to sacrifice all these things to become a better person, a better good looking person. You have better habits in your life. Just anything that you want to do, you want to become a YouTuber, you have to sacrifice, putting in the grind. If you have to sacrifice putting your face out there eventually. You have to sacrifice editing your videos. You have to sacrifice your time, your energy. If you want a good relationship with somebody, you have to sacrifice putting your feelings above someone else's. You have to sacrifice, just helping out your partner. You have to sacrifice putting away your feelings to help your partner. You have to sacrifice everything, bro. If if you want to look better, you have to sacrifice, looking up information. You gotta sacrifice taking time out your day to work on your mental. You just have to sacrifice anything to get into a better position in life. And a lot of people, they're afraid of sacrifice. They're afraid of they're afraid of losing what they already have to gain something new. A lot of people don't like change, and it's hard, obviously, but if you really want something, then a lot of people know that you have to do what it takes. You have to be willing to lose something to gain something better. And it's just how it works. You can't be successful if you're not willing to lose anything. And just think about anybody you look up to. If you look at their backstories, they always talk about how they had to put their grind first. They had to, they had to not focus on women. They had to not focus on, partying, drinking, going out with their friends. Everyone who's been successful in life, they had to sacrifice something to get where they're at. And eventually, like once you get to where you want to be at, then you can always go back and have the fun that you wanted. You can always go back and have those missed opportunities again. You can always go back and party. You can always go back and meet new people. But when you're on your grind, you can't just do these things every day, because it's going to change your mindset and it's going to make you lazy. So say you party every weekend, man. If you look at someone who's trying to work on their dreams and you look at somebody who's going to party every weekend, who do you think is going to make it? Obviously the dude that's not partying, because he's sacrificing that time that he's using partying and he's putting it into his craft, he's putting it into his grind. You have to sacrifice your time, your energy, and you have to put everything into one thing to actually become good at that thing. And once you become good at that thing, that's how you can become successful and you can climb the ranks. And it happens with everything, bro. Like, you don't get good at basketball by just partying every weekend and just playing the game. You have to sacrifice hours and hours and hours of time to become great at that thing. And eventually you perform and you become greater throughout time. You don't become a great YouTuber or a great streamer just by playing the game one time and then just taking a break for weeks. You have to put in the grind every single day, learn how to become more entertaining. You have to learn how to edit your videos. You gotta learn how to become better at a game. You gotta learn how to become, I gotta learn how to make connections. You gotta learn everything, man. You gotta put your time and energy, your resources into becoming a better person, and eventually you make it at the top. So keep this in mind, man. You can't just become great by just taking a break at one thing and then expecting to be like at the top. You have to sacrifice something. You have to sacrifice, and a lot of times it could be friends, it could be family, it could be, video games, it could be your hobbies. I know for me personally, I had to sacrifice playing video games. I sacrificed a lot of time being away from my friends and my family so I could really focus on myself and become the person I am today. I just had to do it. And a lot of people, they don't like that. A lot of people are scared to do it. A lot of people don't like doing inner work, to be alone. So that's a big factor. And that's just one thing right there. A lot of people don't like doing it. So if you do it for yourself today, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people. You're going to be ahead of your competition in whatever you want to do, because a lot of people are not willing to make the sacrifices. A lot of people are not willing to go out there and try to become their own person. A lot of people are not willing to be in the wilderness and learn how to survive. A lot of people are not willing to become great at their craft because of what it takes. A lot of people don't really want to make it to the top, they just want to be comfortable. But you can't be comfortable forever because we're always evolving. We always are going to want better in our lives. We're always going to want to be a better person. We're always going to be, we have a lot of competition in this world, man. So a lot of people, like, they get mad when they see somebody else doing better than them, but they're not realizing what that person had to do to get to that point. And that's what I had to understand. I was never mad at anybody, but once I actually took the sacrifices, once I actually took the time to become a better person, once I realized people that were hating on me, they didn't realize what I had to do to get to this point in my life. They didn't realize the sacrifices I had to make. They didn't realize all the inner work I had to do. They didn't realize the mindset I had to, make for my goals. They didn't realize the pain and all the energy this shit took from me, bro. Like, they don't realize the things I had to go through to get to this point. And that's why you can never hate on somebody, because you never know what it took for them to get there. If anything, you should just try to understand what they had to do. If anything, you should just try to learn from them. And it's not common because people don't want better in their lives. They just want everything to be handed to them. And you realize, like, once you actually make it to where you want to be, those sacrifices you had to make, bro, it's all gonna be worth it. Like, you're gonna feel like, man, like, if I didn't do this, like, you're gonna learn from your sacrifices as well. Like, you're gonna be like, man, like, if I never did this, I wouldn't be here. If I never did this, like, if I never took that sacrifice, like, where would I be now? And I always think of that, like, man, if I never made this decision, I don't even know where I would be right now if I didn't do what I did back then. Like, if I only stayed in this spot, I wouldn't even know where I would be now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if there's anything that you want to do, you have to make that sacrifice in your life, man. You have to want better in your life. You have to, you got to do it for yourself. You got to do it for whoever you want to do it for. A lot of people, they do it for their family. A lot of people, they do it for their friends. A lot of people, they do it for social status. But eternally, you have to do it for yourself, because if you don't do it for yourself, then there's no point in doing it. And you can't just, obviously, like, we want to appear, good to people. We want to appear like we're having stuff. We want to appear, socially acceptable. But if you're not good with the inner work with yourself, if you're not good at being yourself, if you're not good at wanting more for yourself, then even if you do make the success, even if you do get the success, it won't mean anything to you, because you're still trying to chase other people's validation. You're still trying to chase your family's validation. You're still trying to be accepted by other people. So that's why it's important, when you're on your journey, you do a lot of inner work to figure out what you like in life, what you want in your life. You have to decide who you want to deal with, what you want to deal with, what type of energy you want to be around. You got to figure out what you want to deal with for yourself. You got to figure out what makes you happy. You got to figure out what makes you uncomfortable. And you have to make those proper sacrifices to get you to your best self, to get you to your higher self, to reach those successes that you want in life, because you can't have everything in this world, man. There's a lot of things I wish. Actually, no, I don't live in regret, because I realize that my decisions put me where I'm at now. But there's a lot of decisions I had to make that didn't make other people happy. And, I have to live with that, and it's fine with me, because, like I said, you have to do a lot of inner work to not want to impress other people. There's people who only want you to be in their story, not yours. And, keep that in mind. You have to do what you need to do for your story, for your life. You only have one life, so you need to do the best that you can for yourself. And realize this, that a lot of people, if you don't make those proper sacrifices, the way that you wanted to live your life, it would never be the way that you want it, because there's a lot of people out here that would just use you, and eventually those people, they will get tired of you. So if you're only chasing their validation, you got to realize that at one point in time, those people will get tired of you, and they will not care about you how they care about you now. You know what I'm saying? So you got to realize that people are temporary. So you got to do these things for yourself. You got to do what's best for yourself. And if it works out, then you can try to improve the relationship. You can try and go and get that relationship again. But, if those people are not sticking with you throughout your decisions or throughout your sacrifices, then they was never really for you anyway. So why would you want to go back to those type of relationships? And, that's the thing. A lot of people get hung up. A lot of people are like, man, like, I could have had this relationship if I didn't make this decision, or I could have had this and that if I didn't do this. And it's like, it is what it is. Like, more stuff will come to you, more relationships will come to you, more people will come to you. And so many people are so hung up on the past that they can't even see themselves doing better for themselves. And it's like, okay, well, how are you gonna live your life? Like, you're just gonna live your life stuck in 2015, stuck in 2016. It's 2023 now. You're gonna live your life still stuck on the past. You have to evolve, man. You have to get over that. Like, you can't be successful. You're still stuck on past things. And it is what it is at the end of the day, bro. But really, and this is really the first step to any type of success that you want. And this is the only way you can become successful, is that you have to sacrifice something. There's anybody that you look up to, especially, bro, it could be your parents, bro. It could be your parents. It could be your brother, your sister. It could be anybody in the world, bro. Ask somebody on the street. They had to sacrifice something to get where they're at. And that's really the first step to success, bro, is you have to figure out what you want in your life, and you have to figure out, man, what am I willing to get rid of? What am I willing to not do anymore? What am I willing to take out of my life to get to this point? And if you're not willing to do any of that, then, like I said earlier, you might as well just not even chase your goals. You might as well just stay the same person. You might as well just forget about your goals, man. Because at some point in time, you will have to leave something in the past to get something new. And it's really evolution, if you really think about it, because we're supposed to evolve eventually. And see, if you don't evolve in your life, that's why a lot of people now are just depressed and they don't know what to do, because they're still the same person as they were years ago. That's why a lot of people, they hate their lives, because they don't know how to move forward, or they don't know how to become better, or they don't know how to get out of their situation. They're still stuck in a box. And just take the 9 to 5, for example, man. Like, if you're still doing the same job for 10 to 20 years and you're not making any improvements, you're still in the same position, obviously you're going to hate your life, bro. And the goal is to evolve at least every year. That's why people say new year, new me, because they want to be a different person every year. That's the goal. Not saying do new year, new me, because most people who do that are fake anyway. Most people who do that don't want to put in the work. They're just looking for validation, whatever. It's only the people who really take it serious that say new year, new me. They start the day after they say that. They start now. They're starting right now. People who are saying new year, new me, because we only have a few more months until 2024, right? They're putting the work in right now to become that new person. So realize that you have to sacrifice whatever it is to become the best version of yourself, to become what you want to become, to reach your goals. And it's hard work, but it's worth it. I promise you it's worth it, because you never know where that goal will take you. You never know if you become the next whatever it is. You might try to be the best in your family. You never know if you actually will achieve it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna achieve that. My mindset is crazy. I have to be the best in my family. I don't care what it is. And the thing is that I want to motivate the world, man. None of my family members have done that. None of my family members could imagine doing that. Talking to millions of people, I have to do it, bro. I just have to do it. And I have to show people that anything is possible, bro. Like, you just got to make the right sacrifices. Who cares what people say? Who cares what they do? Just focus on yourself and, make the right choices, and eventually you'll get there, bro. It's just you, your higher self. It's whoever you believe in, God, the higher spirit, whoever you believe in. It takes all three of y'all to reach your goals. And if you do everything correctly, if you make the proper sacrifices, if you have faith, if you have your belief that you can become the person you want to become, how can you fail? Like, ask yourself that. If you have everything that you need, how can you fail, man? And it only takes one decision, and you have to start today if you really want to become that person. You have to do this consistently. You have to be that person, man. And that's all it takes. It takes one sacrifice to reach your goals. So keep that in mind, man. My name is Keith Bryan. I hope this video helped y'all out. Like and subscribe, man. if you have any type of advice you're looking for, just drop that in the comments, man. I'll make a video on it. I don't care what it is, bro. I will make a video on it. And trust and believe, man. Just trust and believe, man. You can accomplish your goals. And, I'll see you in the next video. So please take care of yourself and work every day to become the best version of yourself, because you deserve it for yourself, and the people that you're going to meet deserve it also. And you're going to inspire a lot of people in your life. So, work every day to become your best self, and I'll see you soon.